At WVU, student athletes must make at least a 2.0 to compete on their respective teams. But this fall, dozens of Mountaineer athletes were honored by the Big 12 Conference for their achievements in the classroom. I spoke with one of those athletes about the difficulty of balancing work and play. I'm a sportsbook operator in Missouri, and let's just say I made $100. $10 of that will go towards supporting the Missouri Gaming Commission, problem gambling initiatives, and finally, education. The cap costs $70 and is an added piece of equipment. It fits right on top of a football helmet. Farmers spend hours a week moving livestock, ensuring they are grazing in the correct areas. But what if there was an easier way to keep track? A new project uses modern-day technology to keep livestock in line. Another WVU team hoping to see continued success is the women's tennis program. The team is celebrating its 50th anniversary this year and are making some history of their own in match play. I hit the courts to talk to the coach behind the recent success. Lee Sauce is in his 11th year with the Mountaineers, and he's showing no signs of slowing down. Woo! Multiple sources, including the CDC and NIH, state that exercise can help reduce symptoms of anxiety, depression, and other mental health disorders. According to the NCAA, student athletes spend about 35.5 hours a week in a classroom like this one, and another 33 hours competing and practicing on a field like this. Patrons paid $20 to tour the homes, with proceeds going to the Symphony's General Operating Fund. The Missouri Symphony League provides support to music programs and events in the area. Those who visited the holiday home said it was the perfect way to get into the holiday spirit while supporting the arts. Mizzou football fans might notice something unique about junior defensive end Darius Smith's helmet this season. He's wearing a Guardian cap in-game.
People kept coming to us to solve problems, and one of the problems was, hey, what's going on with the helmets? You got to do something that can do this. Can you help us put a soft covering on the outside of a regular hard shell helmet?
Aaron and Lee Hansen created Guardian Sports and the Guardian Cap. It's available for purchase online and in stores across the nation. The cap costs $70 and is an added piece of equipment. It fits right on top of a football helmet.
It just floats on top of the helmet. And so it has 4 elastic straps that hook around the face mask. That's one from the University of Georgia. It's just laying on top of that helmet with 1, 2, 3, 4 elastic straps.
In 2024, the NFL reported the lowest number of concussions since 2015, with concussions down 17%. League executives say this could be because of higher quality helmets and mandated caps in practice for all positions except kickers, punters, and quarterbacks. Mizzou football requires Guardian caps in practice. Dr. Ross Savant studies concussions and traumatic brain injuries. He says the cap's effectiveness has shown to be inconclusive at the younger levels.
We're not sure if it generalizes to high schoolers. There's a large study from the state of Wisconsin that looked at a very large number of young people and didn't see a huge difference in the number of concussions.
The study concluded the effectiveness of the cap limiting concussions in high schoolers is undetermined. While NFL studies show concussion numbers are down, Aaron Hansen says the cap can't prevent all concussions.
We don't want a player whose son has had 3 concussions to think he can put on a Guardian cap and be concussion free, because that's just not the case. There's no product that can keep you concussion free.
While early research shows mixed results on the Guardian cap's effectiveness, college players like Darius Smith are drawing more attention to it. Jonathan Hamilton, KOMU 8 News, Columbia. Patrons paid $20 to tour the homes, with proceeds going to the Symphony's General Operating Fund. The Missouri Symphony League provides support to music programs and events in the area. Those who visited the holiday home said it was the perfect way to get into the holiday spirit while supporting the arts. Ornaments, wreaths, and even a teddy bear tree on display at the annual Holiday House Tour in Columbia this weekend. The Missouri Symphony League's annual event is a chance for patrons to feel a touch of the North Pole. As for the homeowners responsible for decorating, the president of the league says there's a unique style for every house.
The homeowners are responsible for decorating, and we encourage them to just use the decorations that they've traditionally always use. They have family meaning, and that becomes part of the story.
Many of those who attended made the most of their ticket, going house to house like Steve Vance, who happens to be a real estate appraiser.
This particular house on Stewart Road is A++. I've seen thousands of houses, and I will tell you, I have never seen a better vintage house than this one.
Hansen says the tour is an enjoyable activity for anyone filled with the Christmas spirit.
I think it's just kind of a fun thing to do. We have a lot of people that visit with friends, or they get the whole family together and they just make an afternoon out of it, and it's just fun. Sometimes people do 2 houses and take a hot chocolate break. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
Farmers spend hours a week moving livestock, ensuring they are grazing in the correct areas. But what if there was an easier way to keep track? A new project uses modern-day technology to keep livestock in line. It's a collar worn by a cow.
The easiest way I describe virtual fence to folks that have never heard about it before is think about it like a shock collar for your dog, except on a cow, sheep, or goat.
Farmers can control the boundaries of where livestock can graze by using a smartphone app. An associate professor at MU in the Animal Sciences Division explained how the technology works.
This technology functions principally by using radio signals similar to a Wi-Fi signal that goes back to a central antenna that then provides data uplinks into a cloud-based platform.
The professor showed that while the virtual fence is good for limiting grazing areas, it is not supposed to be used as a fence around the grazing boundary.
The current state of the technology is not at a place where it's designed to act as a perimeter fence.
Brake is optimistic on using the collars and thinks it will benefit farms.
I'm really excited about this technology. I really view it as a really transformative, it's really exciting opportunity to be able to work with this type of technology.
According to Dozler, the collar has a 95 to 99% containment rate, meaning livestock rarely escapes the boundary. In the studio, Jonathan Hamilton, KOMU 8 News. At WVU, student athletes must make at least a 2.0 to compete on their respective teams. But this fall, dozens of Mountaineer athletes were honored by the Big 12 Conference for their achievements in the classroom. I spoke with one of those athletes about the difficulty of balancing work and play.
Ryan Baer is a member of the WVU men's soccer team. He is also one of 61 Mountaineers named to the Fall Academic All-Big 12 team.
Yeah, it means a lot to me, right? Obviously, you know, being a student athlete is more than just being an athlete, right? It's a student part too, so yeah, it means a lot.
44 of the WVU student athletes named to that list made the first team, many of whom had a 4.0 GPA. Justin Wartella, a teaching assistant professor at sports sciences at WVU, says that while some students struggle to start, they usually take advantage of the resources available.
I guess if I had to answer a question, I think no, in that if they need help, it's there. There are resources here for the student athletes, even if they do struggle initially.
Overall, Wartella says he's been pleased with student athletes' performances in his classes.
According to the NCAA, student athletes spend about 35.5 hours a week in a classroom like this one, and another 33 hours competing and practicing on a field like this.
Baer spends about 4 hours a day studying and in classes, and says academic success for student athletes is all about making use of the time you have.
Time management is super important, right? You know, many times I'll be on the bus doing homework, you know, using my personal hotspot and stuff like that. Luckily, we have a good advisor too, Lucy, so she's always helping me stay on top of things and just kind of make sure that I'm on track.
About 86% of D1 athletes graduate from college, according to the NCAA. That's compared to 64% of all college students. Tyler Cummings, a WVU student, works out at the WVU Rec Center 4 days a week.
It can help in a lot of ways that you wouldn't think at first. So not only does it help health, but I think it also helps with a lot of stress, with a lot of schoolwork. I think it helps with, say, the daily routine of going to work in general.
Ashley Coker-Craney is a professor at WVU and a certified mental performance counselor. She's seen how negative it can be if a person doesn't exercise.
What surprises me about exercise is that we actually know that being sedentary is more detrimental to your health than things like smoking and all of this other kind of stuff. So I think we've kind of got these common sense notions about basic lifestyle behaviors and their effect on mental health.
Studies have shown that an activity as simple as a brisk walk 3 days a week can improve your mental and physical health. But Coker-Craney has suggested multiple different exercises to her clients.
I tend to recommend really sort of low rhythmic movement. whether that is kind of swimming at a comfortable pace, walking at a comfortable pace, biking at a comfortable pace. What that does is it creates what's called bilateral stimulation.
Bilateral stimulation is where both parts of the brain are working at the same time, and it is shown to increase emotional regulation and reduce anxiety.
Woo! Multiple sources, including the CDC and NIH, state that exercise can help reduce symptoms of anxiety, depression, and other mental health disorders.
Cummings says he'll continue to prioritize his time in the gym because he can see how it's impacting his life in other areas.
The more and more I learn in college about how they're really interconnected, I start to learn the facts of health and how much it is connected to how you think, how you feel.
Whether it's alone or with his friends, Cummings says activities like basketball have improved his overall health.